I'm seeking a message that is in my highest and best interest at this point in time. Blessings to all who hear this message. Hello, Alan. Welcome to 2021. Welcome to the fourth dimension. A lot of people are looking around this very first week of 2021 and feeling that they live in unprecedented times. Well, the times are not necessarily unprecedented any more than any other time is unprecedented. Every moment in time is unprecedented. Every moment in time is unique. And this moment in time is unique as well as will be tomorrow's moment in time in your terms of time. So, what is it that makes this moment in time unique to this moment in time? As you know, the universe is expanding. That is a term that your scientists like to use, saying the universe is expanding. That is the way it appears in your physical time-space reality, is expansion. And in fact, it is expansion, even in our time-space reality where time and space are less stringent. We also live in a universe that is expanding. And that is because the universe is infinite. And infinity means there is no end. And having no end means that there is a constant state of expansion, a constant innovation, a constant creativity that's happening. That creativity is fundamental to the universe. The universe is a creative process, you might say. Creation is not stopped. It's always happening in the moment point. The moment point is a creation point. It is a point for creating anew. It's a point that is beyond time and space, through which Source, the soul, expresses itself continuously in a creative manner. So creation is always taking place. And so nothing is ever exactly the same as it was before, because everything is new, newly created. And that's what expansion is. It's the constant creation of uniqueness, of difference, because that is what your and our manifested universe is all about, is difference, which is the opposite of the oneness of Source. So the question then becomes, what is the difference of 2021? What is it that is going to be so special about 2021? And we can tell you that it is an expansion into the fourth dimension. And the fourth dimension here is basically the descriptions that you have written about, that other people have talked about. It is the belief that there is this dimension that the planet can and will occupy at some point in time, however you want to define time, in which people are using their fourth dimensional abilities to a larger extent. And those abilities include things like channeling, they include things like intuition, they include things like having various different types of clairvoyant skills, the 8 clairs as it is sometimes called, the ability to see beyond physical reality, the ability to know something that is beyond what is the physical. That is the fourth dimension, and that is a dimension that has had a very prominent role to play in your planet Earth. So it is not totally accurate to say that Earth was a three-dimensional planet, because throughout Earth's human history, the fourth dimension has had a large role to play in, for example, the building of the pyramids in Egypt and in Central America. The ancient civilizations of the world all had very strong fourth dimensional skills. And even your civilization, modern civilization, fourth dimensional skills have had a huge role to play in scientific discoveries, in explorations of the world, discovering new everything in the world. Basically has been driven by fourth dimensional skills, although they have not always been acknowledged in that way. So really, when we talk about the planet becoming more of a fourth dimensional planet, that is in a sense more of a disclosure, you could say. It is more of an unveiling of the truth to the knowledge that you have of your planet that has been denied to a large extent because of your period of modernity and scientific method, which relies so heavily on third dimensional objectivity of being able to physically see and measure something. That emphasis has denied the importance of the non-measurable, of that which is beyond the physical plane. And so that's what's changing. It's not necessarily that more people are psychic, that more people have higher states of consciousness. It is more that they're able to admit to that. It is more that other people are more accepting of those skills. And so those skills can come out of the closet, those abilities, those states of consciousness that have been hidden in the closet of so many can now be expressed out in the open. And this is something that you have been doing as a part of this. You have recognized this transition, and so you've taken advantage of that. So that is where the planet is going. It's not going to be easy for this fourth dimensional disclosure to be unfolded in this year. It will be unfolded increasingly. It took a huge jump in the year 2020, and that has given it momentum here in the year 2021. So you need to just keep doing what you're doing. What you're doing, as well as what many other people are also doing in this area, is helping to encourage this greater acceptance of the fourth dimension, which, as we said, has always been there. Just as the fifth dimension has always been there, heaven on earth, as some people like to call it. All the dimensions are always here. It's just a matter of acceptance, allowance by the mass identity of the planet, incorporating those other dimensions into that identity of the larger collective shared universe of your planet. So that is what we see 2021 as being. It is the year of the fourth dimension, of acceptance, of allowance, of disclosure, perhaps, although that word has so many other meanings. It is the year when the fourth dimension will become widely accepted, more so than ever before. We can't say that it will be a dominant paradigm, because, as we said, there will be some challenges, and the biggest challenge is that the fourth dimension logic, the logic of the fourth dimension, does not fit very well with the logic of the third dimension of science, of physical materiality. And so words are difficult. Words in the third dimensional physical science materiality have to be very precise. Their definitions are very clearly, precisely identified. Then they can discuss and advance that type of knowledge. In the fourth dimension, words cannot capture the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is so much more than words. Has so much to do with the senses, the inner senses, not the physical senses, which are part of that third dimension, but the inner senses of knowing, of telepathy, of clairvoyance. These kinds of things are beyond words. People bring them back and put them into words, but they're almost always distorted and misunderstood and interpreted in different ways, put into words in different ways by different people. And so that is the biggest challenge, is coming to a state of understanding that is able to incorporate this non-physical, beyond word dimension into people's reality. Mostly it's going to be based on faith, on trust, on intuition. Those are the areas that people have to fine-tune their abilities. So anything that you can do to write about this, to contribute to this, would be beneficial. And that's what we would recommend, and that's what we will help you with in your writings. That is our message for today. It is a very positive step. It is a potentially very confusing step. Just keep in mind that this is because it's moving into a dimension that's beyond words. We love you. We love your reality. And we look forward to cooperating with you as your planet expands, along with everything. Namaste.